Okay, Year 8. Today we are going to be learning how to create the trace transfer technique for your portrait. So you will have chosen a portrait, and what we are going to be doing is we are going to be working in the style of Jacob Everett to be able to complete the tonal qualities within this piece of work. At the moment you have an image that you are going to be working from, and this image needs to be transferred into your sketchbook. So in order to do this today, you're going to need an image and you're going to need a pencil. And what I'm going to ask you to do is this. For trace transfer, we're going to turn over our paper and we're going to use broad marks, and we are going to add tone across our work. And we're just going to do this across the vast majority of our background. So we want a nice even surface. So you can see here the surface that I'm creating. I'm pressing on, and the reason I want to press on is because I want to be able to give back onto my paper as much pencil as I possibly can. Move it down a little bit so you can see. I want to make sure that I'm going to cover over all the surfaces where I should hopefully be seeing my image. So if you're not sure as you're working, what I would recommend you do is you lift it up, you have a look and have a little guess just to see whether or not you've actually got over sections. And you might go back. And again, you're going to work in and fill in those spaces. So you're going to gradually fill in all the spaces that you can see, and then we are going to move on to the next step. So I'm just going to swap pencils so I don't have to continue by sharpening. And again, I'm going to make sure I add in lots and lots of tone. The next thing I'm going to do is this. In the next page of my sketchbook, I'm going to turn my image over. And this today is going to be the really important section where we're going to be thinking about how to produce our trace transfer. So I'm just going to move the camera up a little bit, and I'm going to demonstrate on the top of the head. And what we're going to do today with either a biro or a sharp pencil is the following. We are going to carefully, pressing on hard with our pen, trace around tones. So I'm going to show you a little bit here. Just looking on here, and I'm starting just to trace off the darkest tone. I'm going to look at a little bit of the dark tone on the top of the ear, the darker tone inside, and I'm going to trace round as I go and trace off my darker shapes. So some of them I might simplify a little bit as I go, others I might miss out, but my aim is to record the shapes inside. So these are going to be my guide as I work. And at the moment, when I take my paper off, I'm going to see an outline. I'm not going to see necessarily an image that looks incredibly realistic. I'm going to see an outline. So I'm just going to trace my last tone here, and then I'm going to lift up. And should be able to see where I've applied my pencil on the back that I've started to create an outline. So we're going to do that over the whole of your image. So remember to take your time, to look carefully, to record the lines and the changes that you can see.